One by one, all 4 girls reached the top of the wall. Then they descended by sliding down the ropes. Their confidence and ease convinced the onlookers that rock climbing wasn't that hard. They made the other girls want to be fit like them, and the guys, well, they simply wanted to have a chance to hang out with them by joining the club. The students who were hesitating earlier had made up their minds and rushed to sign up for the club. "Did they hire these girls from outside the college?" Sam asked suspiciously. Jacob shook his head as he disagreed. Although he disliked Michael, he believed that Michael could easily charm some beautiful girls into joining his club. Now that the girls had finished the demonstration, Michael arranged for their brawny male members to demonstrate accelerated rock climbing. Their agile movements further convinced their male audience that rock climbing could help them become strong and athletic. "To join our club, you first have to pay a $100 registration fee. After the orientation next week, you will join us for group training," Michael announced into the mic as the members helped the students with their registration. "After signing up for his club, group training costs $50. Then there's the official training where formal gear needs to be purchased. It would cost another $100 to $150. If you decide to quit, the registration fee and training fee won't be refunded." Sam explained the procedure to Jacob quietly. "Now I know how the rock climbing club has become the biggest club at our university, by robbing students," Jacob sneered. "The money that they collect from their members would go into these seniors' pockets." Apparently, this club's bullying incidents have been reported to the authorities before. However, as Michael was the son of the deputy mayor and disputes involving clubs could get very complicated, the college wanted nothing to do with it. The students who wanted to sign up for the club were done with their registrations, but Michael wasn't satisfied and wanted to attract more students. He spoke into the mic once again. "Since today is the recruitment day for our club, we will make an exception and allow students who are not members of the club to try climbing this wall. Usually, this wall is off limits to anyone outside the club." He added, "And to make things interesting, we're going to take this one step further. Only the 10-meter wall was used in the demonstrations. If you would like to try the wall, you will have to climb this 15-meter wall. The first person to reach the top will be rewarded with this amazing set of gears." Michael pointed at the set of black sports gears of a famous brand that were placed neatly on the table behind him. The announcement greatly excited some of the students, yet no one was willing to be the first one to try it. After all, a lot of students were in the audience, especially so many beautiful girls. Recklessly going forward might result in extreme embarrassment if they fail to perform even a little bit. The 15-meter wall was the standard for rock climbing competitions. For people who had never been trained in rock climbing, it was impossible to reach the top. In addition, the holds from the bottom to the top were few and farther away. The difficulty level was incredibly high. Jacob's tallest friend wanted to try it, but he knew that although he had a body that was tall and lean, he was also frail. After careful consideration, he finally decided not to try out. On the other hand, Sam, who had the best physique and was the most interested in sports of the 4, had now become eager. Ryan and the others noticed Sam. Seeing that he was full of excitement and was rubbing his hands together, they immediately began egging him on. "Go, Sam!" Since those guys were all good friends with Sam, they started cheering for him together. Feeling acclaimed by his friends, Sam could only step up and walk towards the wall. "All right, let me try," he said. As Sam walked forward, Michael recognized him. He knew this guy was one of Jacob's friends and felt slightly agitated. But he suppressed his anger in front of the audience and pretended to be encouraging. "Great, let's applaud the courage of our first warrior." Promptly, the vice captain of the rock climbing club began helping Sam put on all the safety gear. He then guided him to the bottom of the 15-meter wall. All eyes were on Sam. Standing there, Sam took a deep breath and looked up at the sparsely colored climbing holds. Then, He lifted his right foot and stepped onto the first hold while grabbing the other holds with both of his hands. He began ascending. "You can do it, Sam!" Ryan cheered loudly. Following Ryan, the other guys in their class also started yelling out random cheers. Soon, Sam had already climbed 1/3 of the wall and was 5 meters high. He turned and waved at Ryan and the others confidently. Yet, the most challenging part about rock climbing was that the higher you climb on the wall, the more difficult it became. It was not only due to physical exertion, but also the fact that the design and placement of the holds became trickier. As Sam was not very tall, he also didn't know the proper technique, and the holds were becoming farther and farther apart from one another. He was having problems grabbing onto them. In an attempt to grab the next hold, Sam made a small jump in the air, grabbed onto a hold with his right hand, and quickly moved his left foot to another hold. He hung onto the rock wall and let out a deep sigh of relief. By then, 5 minutes had passed. Jacob, Kathy, and the others who were watching with their necks craning up were filled with worry. On the other hand, Michael, who was standing by the table, was shocked to see Sam, who had never received any systemic training, climb so high. He had thought that Sam would fail and embarrass himself in front of all the people. "Way to go, Sam!" Originally, Ryan was hoping to see Sam fail so that he could tease him about it. But now, stretching his neck, he was just amazed at the fact that Sam had already climbed 2/3 of the wall. After briefly shaking his sore fingers and shoulders, Sam continued climbing up. Seeing that things were not going as he expected, Michael gave the vice captain a meaningful glance. By now, Sam had climbed more than 10 meters high and had encountered a very challenging hold. Adjusting his breathing, he decided to try the same method, reaching the hold with the help of a small jump. Jacob also became nervous and was holding his breath. He always thought Sam was good at playing basketball, but didn't know that he was gifted in other sports as well. He was watching with rapt attention as Sam made a move to climb higher. Aiming right at the hold, Sam made his jump. Right at this moment, the harness that was supporting him swayed a little. It was hard to maintain one's balance midair in the first place, and this slight sway had caused Sam to lose his balance completely. His right hand was able to reach the hold, but it was unable to sustain the grip. As a result, he instantly lost support and fell from the wall. Moreover, the rope that was supposed to support the climber did not start pulling in time. Seeing this, Jacob dashed out of the crowd and sprinted forward. He threw himself over and reached out his arms, attempting to catch Sam. While Sam was losing his wits from the 10-meter free fall, the rope that was attached to his harness finally began pulling. Even so, Sam was still falling. Right before he fell into Jacob's arms, the rope finally stabilized and reduced most of the impact from the fall. Dragging the rope, Sam was now standing on the ground and his face was ghastly pale. Likewise, Kathy, who was standing right at the front of the crowd, had witnessed the whole course of Sam's climb closely. She was now covered with cold sweat. She was trying to calm her heart by placing her hands over it. With his eyes sharper than ever, Jacob noticed the unusual movement of the rope. He knew something was wrong. Others might not be able to tell and might think that the rope was swaying because Sam had made a jump, but Jacob knew very well that the rope was tampered with. However, he had no evidence to prove it, and most of the people in this crowd were Michael's fans, who would never believe him. Letting go of his arms that were supporting Sam's shoulders, Jacob turned to Michael. With rage fueling in his eyes, he raised his arm, pointed his finger at Michael, and declared, "You, let's have a match."
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.